Sometimes a house is just a house, a place to live, but for some people a house is far more than that. It's a philosophy and a lifestyle. And that's the case with one man choosing to live off the grid along the way, somewhere in the Central Hills. At the base of a valley, down a long gravel road, somewhere between Hill City and Rapid City, there's a driveway leading to a house that combines innovative thinking with old-fashioned living.
I cut ponderosa pine trees on the property, cut them 16 inches long, and set them in mortar. And so the house is thick and has a lot of mass, which is good because it helps maintain a constant temperature.
It's called cordwood masonry, one of many concepts Jeff Schluckebeer used in building his home off the grid and partially into the side of a hill. It's a sort of idyllic scene, with his two dogs roaming around and his cat relaxing over on a wooden step. He even has little goslings running around in what he calls the meadow. But what is not running up to his home is electric power lines, and that's how he likes it. In many ways, the sun is what powers both his home and his lifestyle.
It faces due south, and so in the winter when the sun is low, the sun shines in and heats the house up. And yet in the summer, when the sun is high, when it's facing due south, the sun is shaded by the overhang.
His home's one level, about 800 cozy square feet, with majestic views. But winter in the wilderness of the hills can be bitterly cold, which is why he has a mason stove to heat his house.
Every evening I fire it for at least 4 hours, but no more than 8. And the idea of this is that I fire wood and I burn it real fast and hot, but efficiently.
For water, he has a solar-powered well.
I have 4 panels that run the pump, so when I turn that on during the day, it can pump water to my cistern, which is up the hill.
And with his water stored up on the hill, gravity creates water pressure for his sink and bathroom. On top of the house, he has a living roof.
The roof is maybe a foot thick, but half of it's dirt. And I planted buffalo grass up there and some wildflowers.
The thick roof provides insulation from above. He has a small solar panel up here to power his lights. Back down on the ground, there's more to see. He built this sauna before he actually built the home. And if you walk just a bit further, you find his greenhouse.
Right now the dill is taking over and I need to thin that out, but I have a lot of lettuce in there. I planted all that in February, so all of March and April and May I've been eating lettuce out of there.
He has a combination miniature barn and chicken coop too. He keeps the little chicks fenced in so they don't get eaten by predators, while his full-grown chickens are free range.
But they always come back to lay their eggs here, and they always come back at night to roost.
When you have your own water supply, you can also have your own wading pool. And in the summer, he uses an outdoor solar oven, which he says is slow but very tasty.
I just put rice dry on the bottom, and the juices from the meat and the vegetables will cook into the rice eventually, and the rice will take on the flavor of the meat and the vegetables.
He's lived in the house about a dozen years now, and it's pretty clear there's no place he'd rather live than off the grid, here in the hills.